You need to really think about why. Just, real simple questions, people. Why is there a sun simulator? Why are they blocking the sun? Why are they spraying? I think we need to get back to basic root analysis. I'm watching a clip on the news, and you got this guy, and he says he's Imhotep for Jesus or something, right? Well, since the whole fucking world knows who I am, let's just evaluate the world. So you got someone that says Imhotep. Okay, Imhotep is not Jesus. Imhotep was Joseph, according to your ancient Egyptian cult, Mossad stuff, your SES. Now, I've told you, I think that behind the curtain are these grays. And also in conjunction with these grays are the reptilian overlords that run this planet. Yeah, they have the slit eyes, Your DNA is just a little bit different. So, I'm sitting here and, I've been targeted for death. I've been actually targeted for death since probably I was a kid. Because there's a war going on. I think that, these grays and your lizard people, your blue bloods are probably working for something a little bit higher than them. So I'm kind of at a toss-up, how this all happened. If there was a war in heaven, then yeah, Lucifer did fall. He crash landed here. Boom. And he invented religion on this planet. And he plays good cop, bad cop. Because I told you, if you look at the cathedral, take a good look at what sits up there, man. And all this horse shit that I've gone through has been to quote unquote re-educate me. Your FEMA re-education camp. I think Glenn Beck mentioned that on YouTube. He said, yeah, your home's going to be your re-education. And, I don't know what else to say, man. This place is so messed up. If y'all want to follow some false god, I'm telling you what you're dealing with. You're not going to have much of a... You will be controlled to the nth degree. You will be. You'll be told how to reproduce, who to love, how to think. Because if you don't think right, I know from experience you get punished. Let me tell you something, it fucking hurts. You could be incapacitated for 2 to 3 days, trying to just recover from the fucking lizard god. Because your lizard god, in my opinion, is probably this fucking AI system. He's the spider. Okay? All these motherfuckers worship his ancient religion, which is Egyptian. So... And then, on top of it, he wants you to make a decision. Whatever happened to you being you and being left alone? Guess that ain't happening. Not on this rock. So, I've showed you videos of how the frequencies are on this planet. It's black and white. It's pretty much out of my hands. I could talk about it until, whatever, but, it's like trying to talk to someone who worships this imperialistic, constitution or something. I don't know. It's really sad. And, I guess dickhead wants to have God's throne. That would be Lucifer. Because just by watching it, society has chosen the Orion Empire, which is him. I don't know what to fucking tell you. This nanotechnology is, you weren't born a machine, people. You were born organic. But then again, dumb fuck wants to take over and make machines and shit. So, because he wants a docile environment, he wants a docile and loyal people. I'm sure there'll be some fucking humans left over. I don't know, for their sex slave or some shit. For the continuation of their fucking MK Ultra crap. Which brings me to Michael Kors, which is Archangel Michael. It's pretty sad what I've discovered. I thought humanity had bigger balls on it than to go this low. But, you've all been indoctrinated, so... you got your fake sun up there, you got your fake moon, you got people who want to have sex with dolls and stuff. I don't know what to say. I'm pretty disgusted with this place. They want the guns because they don't want you shooting a fucking alien. Those gray motherfuckers? The little fucking grays, So, my apologies for trying to put pieces of the puzzle together. Gee, I was, hoping maybe I could fucking help, but it's obvious that I can't. So everybody's on this Amen Ra Jesus shit. So I've tried to give you the warning. He's a real fucking prick. If you're gonna go down this road and follow this shit, your kids are fucked. Because I've seen these parents, they train their kids to fucking worship Jesus and shit. And Jesus is one and the same as Lucifer. Told you. Star Trek, by the way, is all Luciferian. Did you know that? I figured that out too. It's in one of the episodes where I think it's Go Beyond or Beyond, or where the guy tries to contact Starfleet and try to get help, and Starfleet didn't do shit. So, actually, the bad guy in the movie was actually relaying the truth about how the whole environment of Earth is fucked up. How Starfleet is this false system. Because he was telling the truth about how they abandoned him and 2 other crew members. They didn't even bother. And then at the end of the movie, the commander or whoever, she was like, "Oh well, at least we got the story. We know what happened." And he turned out bad. Well, the bad guy was pissed because Starfleet dropped the ball. Starfleet has such quote-unquote high standards. Where the fuck were they? Why couldn't they, pick up on his distress call? See, that's the fucking bullshit I'm talking about. This is where you're headed, people. So, you know, if you're going to have a Starfleet and you're going to have all these people and you're going to have all these kids be recruited, you're just being fucking used, people. Gene Roddenberry already knew, because he was a Mason. The Masonic Order, he was already a Mason. You know, Fahrenheit 451, the killer robot deal, that's a robot. Once it has the smell of your DNAs, it'll hunt you down. What they don't tell you is that even if you do try to go on the Jesus side of the Masonic Order, you're not entirely safe. You will always be, you'll be, you know, hunted down. Is that a way to live? Why do we have this Masonic Order? Why are we living under this shit? Why? That's the cage that you all are in. You're in this cube, and it's that cross. Okay? You need to step outside of the cube and see what the fuck the picture is. Because I've shown you on TV what's running this planet. It's frequency. And it's black and white. It's Freemasonry. That's what's running this fucking planet, people. I mean, they're putting shit up in... At least fucking realize that the shit they have up at the sun is being harnessed by NASA. It's just so frustrating. I'm trying to rattle your cage. Get you out of the box. They have you in a cube. That's why you got these stupid cars that are cube and soul and all this shit. It's because they don't want... It's enslavement. I'm trying to get you guys to realize that this box they have you in is fucked up. It's a false paradigm. It's AI. The Greys handed the technology to the governments around the world to experiment and give it down and disseminate it down to your military bases. And your fucking institutions and your corporations have gone behind your back and designed all this shit technology. Some of it's good, some of it's bad. I'm sure it's good, but now it's been weaponized. Everything's been weaponized. Your food, your air, your medicine, you know. They put these fucking false flag events up. You know, they want the guns. They've got 18-year-old kids who are acting like fucking brown shirts. You know, that's mind control in of itself. I mean, where's this kid's head? He's being used too to further the globalist agenda. It's all tied back to the Egyptians, to this Masonic Order, Pharaoh, whatever. You know, I heard that Hillary's got this horrible video out with her assistant, and they're, you know, dedicated Satanists. You know, child mutilation, child trafficking, sex trafficking, the drugs. Oh, I want to talk about the drugs. The drugs, a lot of it I've discovered are homegrown in your backyard by your neighbor. And then since they have high technology, what they do is they have these drug busts, these supposed drug busts, because I know the cops are in on it. They go in and bust these homes up. And they pretend like, oh yeah, you know, we're here to, you know, save the day, when they're not. They're there to get the drugs to give to the CIA for the CIA to disseminate the drugs out there in the world. To keep man down. Okay, you don't know about this marijuana shit. The shit might be laced with something that can harm your DNA. You need to think about that.